Data frame practical creation from a list. Students, here we will see that how to create a data frame practically and how the commands can be employed, okay, on that particular data frame, okay, in order to extract the output. Fine. So now let us see the program. First of all, we will see that the creation of the data frame from the list. In fact, it is actually a nested list where the several data has been taken and it will be arranged, okay, and it will be printed in a data frame format. All right, that is the thing. So let us see that how this is to be done. So the creation of data frame from a list is very simple. First of all, you need to import pandas pd. You have to import the panda package and then you have to take the data in the form of a list. In fact, it is actually a nested list because m data here you can see out here how we have taken. Okay, that is the thing. So now when we are using the data frame constructor, this will be converted into data frame, and here since we have not taken any dictionary, we have to take the columns in a separate list. Okay, so that is actually supporting the syntax for a data frame constructor. Okay, so first of all, this list will come, okay, and then columns eid, name, salary, doj, they are the four fields we have taken, and then we will find out the other data also as associated with this particular data frame. So let us execute this program and see how this is operating. All right, so now let us see that when the data frame will come, it will be distributed into a two-dimensional structure called row and columns. Okay, row will have the row index and column will have their levels. Fine, so that is the thing. So each and every command when we are utilizing in data frame, it actually gives up some output. First of all, let us see that some of the commands actually over here. So the data frame has been executed over here. So now here we will give certain commands over here. Okay, so what is the thing? First of all, we will check out data df.shape. What does it do? This shape actually gives the dimension of the data frame, whatever be the structure, two-dimensional structure. So it will be given in the row column format. All right, so that is the thing. So there are 6 columns and 4 rows as been given into the data frame. Fine. So now this one, if you want to print the df.index, if you want to print the range of index, then you can give this command df.index. Okay, this can be done in interactive mode of Python. Okay, you can do it in script mode also, doesn't matter. But if you want to verify it, okay, one by one, then you can use the utilization. You can utilize the interactive mode. Okay, so as I am doing, okay, so df.index, it will show you the index range. So range of index, start 0, stop 6, step 1. What does it mean? It is starting from 0 and ending at 6. That means the last index will be 5, always one days. Okay, and then the step will be 1. The step is increasing one by one. Okay, that is the thing. Now if I am giving the df.columns, okay, then what will happen? Columns, then what will happen? It will show you the index of the columns. Okay, eid, name, salary, doj, and data type is object. Okay, d type means data type is object. Okay, so in this way the shape, index, and column will, okay, actually state the status of a data frame. Means like what are the row column distribution, what are the range of index, and what are the column indices. Okay, now if you want to find any nan value is present in that one, okay, in the data frame, so you can also do that. Okay, so how? Then df dot has nans. Okay, NaNS. Okay, so since we don't have any nan value given over here, so it will come here false. Okay, so the df dot has nans, there is a data frame object is having some problem. Okay, in this one has nans gives actually false in that case. Okay, that is the thing to check the nan value. All right, so so in a data frame, if you want to apply this particular thing, so first of all you try it out this one. Okay, shape, index, and columns, and then afterwards we will try it out this one later. Okay, that is the thing. So shape, index, and columns are the one which are actually to be tried out. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, now the thing is that we will come back to the program once again, and then we will see that how this is working. So now here you can see here when we have executed this program, 1001 and all, everything was coming under the eid column, ename column. So whenever you are not using the dictionary, you are using the list and all. Okay, you are using the list. you are using the list over here. Okay, you are using the list. In that case, what will happen, you have to give the column attribute, otherwise what will happen, it will just give you the 0 1 2 3 4 as the index. Okay, so actually I want to tell you that series actually Hausness is applicable on the series actually, not on data frame. So it has been a mistake actually, but the thing is that whenever we are doing the series, then in that case we can actually can use the Hausness. Okay, that is the thing. Clear? So now this program we will just little bit we will improvise. We will see that how the things are working in other in another program. Okay, so the same data frame has been used over here. Okay, so m data has been taken, and df dot data frame m data columns eid name salary and doj has been taken. Fine. So now the thing is that what is actually happening out here. Okay, this particular thing you can see out here. I have written the what you call the remarks and all, in order to make you understand that what is actually the purpose of the certain comments. All right, that is the thing. So now here what is happening, we have taken out here what we have taken out here m data similar, and then data frame m data columns eid name salary. This is also fine. So record contains maximum salary. What is this? Record contains maximum salary means the record which are having the maximum salary. So in that case we are actually using the query over here. So what is the query? df dot salary equals df dot salary dot max. Okay, so wherever this maximum salary will match the salary with the salary in the salary field. Okay, so that particular record will be printed, because the max is actually an aggregate function. So in that case what is happening, only one record will be returned. Okay, and to show the eid name salary, only here the specific column, as we are doing in MySQL. Okay, so we are taking the select commands and all, then we are using it. Okay, so here also the similar thing, salary is greater than 30,000. Okay, so their record will be printed. So print salary more than 30,000 we have given. So eid name salary and df salary greater than 30,000. Okay, to be used. Okay, that is the thing. So in this case what is happening, so here you can use the what you call the aggregate command, and here what you are using, we are using simply a query. What is the query? df dot salary equals to 30,000. So here the relational operator we have used. Okay, so in this format we have to use. Okay, what is the thing? These are the things, eid name salary and then df salary greater than 30,000. Now let us see that how it is functioning. Okay, so the executing the module, and then record contains maximum salary will come. Okay, and the thing is that later what will come, the name eid name and salary for those who has got more than 30,000. So this is the entire data frame has been appeared over here, and the record contains maximum salary also has been shown. You can verify it from here, because you see the third record, that is the two index record with index 2 having the maximum salary out here, and it has been printed out here, and salary more than 30,000, that also given about out here. Okay, that is the thing. So now in this way what will you do, you will be able to apply the query in case of a in case of inner data frame. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so now data frame m data columns, this one actually the important command out here whenever you are creating the list, and this is the record contains the maximum salary, because sometimes if you want to get the to show the record with the minimum salary, in a similar way you have to do it. Okay, how to do this? Okay, first of all you will do this thing, record contains minimum salary. I will write here what minimum salary. Fine, minimum minimum salary, and then this one will be salary is minimum out here to be written. Okay, so I will write it out in minimum. Okay, and then what I will do, df dot salary equals to df dot salary dot, here I will change the command. So this is an aggregate command actually mean. Okay, so then what will happen, the salary with the minimum also will be printed. Okay, so the list salary also will be printed. So in this way, after making one data frame, you can easily improvise it by applying certain commands. Okay, on it. Okay, though if you want to print it in interactive mode, and if you want to print it in skip mode, whatever it is. Okay, so Ganesh Rao is getting the list salary out here, 10,000 rupees. Okay, and then these are the maximum salary and these are the ones. Okay, that is the thing. Clear? So in this way what is happening, you will be able to carry out practicals. Okay, practical implementation of a data frame using list. Okay, so here the other improvisation also can be done. If you want to find out the eid name and salary. Okay, suppose this one. Okay, for only a particular eid. Okay, so what will you do? Okay, let us see now. Last just we will do this one. I'm just copying this one out here. Just a minute. Okay, so now salary more than 30,000 we have given out here. Okay, so here record of EID, record of EID. Sorry, record. Okay, of record of having EID. Okay, 1003. Okay, so what will you do? Df dot, here we have to change it. Okay, so what is the thing? So here I am showing you the use of the relational operator, how easily you can use it. Okay, that is the thing. Just a minute. Okay, that is the thing. Record having EID 1003. Okay, so what was written? Df dot salary. So what I will do out here? I will do out here df dot EID. Okay, equals to how? What equals to, here the double equals to be given. Okay, sorry, equals to 1003, this to be given. Okay, now let us execute the program and see how it is functioning. Okay, that is the thing. So now let us see out here. Okay, so what is exactly the thing is happening? So here you see the three things we had given out here. First of all, we had printed the data frame, then we have printed the records with the maximum salary. Okay, and then see here it has been record having EID, record contain minimum salary, and the salary more than 30,000 also has been printed, and record contain maximum salary also has been printed. So and here what we have given? We have given the 1003 also, Gaurav Gupta, the 34,500.89. Okay, that is the thing. So in this way, by using the relational operator, you will be easily use the query over here. Fine, that is the thing. All right, so here this data frame actually gives you all the information on a certain data set that have been taken in the form of a list. Now I am showing you that little bit of the has nans. Okay, so that is the thing. So we have to take a series for that. Okay, so import pandas of PD. Okay, that have to do first. Import pandas as PD. Okay, pandas as PD. All right, so now we are taking a series. Actually SR equals to PD dot series. Okay, series, and then in the bracket we are taking some list. Okay, suppose 23 4 5 6 comma 7. Okay, that is the thing. So now what is happening out here? So we are just closing this one and then print SR. Okay, print SR, sorry, print SR. So print SR will print the series. Okay, that is the thing. And then say we are giving out at this command also, SR dot has nans. Okay, has NANS. Okay, that is the thing. So now we are just executing this one. Okay, so this is just for checking the has nans. Okay, that is the things. So the thing is that we are just saving it first, then we will execute it. Okay, that is the thing. So has nans is actually a control, has nans is actually a control. Okay, so that can give you the information regarding the nan values. Okay, in a series. Okay, SR has nans. Clear? So now we have saved it and we will execute it. We will see the result of execution for this particular program. Fine, now let us see that how it is functioning. See, it has come here false. Okay, so here it is coming false. So has nans are giving you actually false. So it can be applicable from here also. So yes, that time we had executed it on the case of data frame, but it is because of it is actually belongs to the series. Okay, that is the thing. So series dot has nans, so it will give you false out here. However, if you are entering any NP value, any nan value over here, say I am giving out an import pandas as in numpy as NP. Okay, numpy as NP. Fine. So now here we are giving one nan value. So NP dot, okay, nan, okay, comma 6 and 7, and then here comma NP dot nan. Okay, now we are executing and then see what will be the result. Okay, that is the thing. So now let's see, these short small commands are very important and you have to know it. Okay, so in order to do the practical effectively. Okay, so let's see the output. Here it is showing you now true, because the two nan values are present, and when we have taken the nan values, this has also changed the status. Okay, it has from integer, it has also changed into 23.0. so one thing is very clear, that is whenever you are writing the output regarding series, if there is any nan value is been present, then you have to write it in this format, that is 0.0 you have to mention, 14 4.0 5.0, all these things, because of nan only the Python will think that these are all somehow the float numbers. Okay, that's why you have to give it in this way. Okay, that is the thing. So always remember this one. Okay, so this is actually the execution of the hash dance. So what you have seen, students, today you have seen that how to create the data frame from a list and how to apply the queries onto it. Okay, and the series dot hash dance. Okay, this also you have seen. So students, you just do its practical implementation and do it effectively. All right, that is the thing. So here we have also used these queries and all. So try to implement it. Remember, when you are creating one data frame, in that case onto that you can apply several commands. Okay, so you can do the slicing also, you can do the query also, everything. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so please practice this one in order to, okay, get a grip on the data frame. Because there may be sometimes the written test also may be taken, so for that the data frame program has been given, and this kind of programs really will help you out in order to do that. So the same thing can be done with the help of dictionary also. Okay, that is the thing. All right, thank you, students.